Mike, thanks so much for meeting with me today as I learn a little bit about the Vilonia community and about the Vilonia Funeral Home. And would you just introduce yourself and how long you have been at this funeral home?
Yes, so I'm Mike Matos, and we started the funeral home in March of 2016.
Okay.
And as far as we know, this was the first funeral home ever in
Awesome.
Vilonia.
Okay.
And so my wife and I own the funeral home here, and we have been serving faithfully and enjoyed the community.
That's awesome. Can you tell me a little bit about why you love this community as you've gotten to know it?
Well, one thing that I like about Vilonia is that it's close-knit.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody is willing to help each other, and if there's a problem that arises in the community, the people will come together and work together
Definitely.
to meet that need, and I really like that about Vilonia.
Mm-hmm. That's great. What do you love about the work of a funeral home? It might be something people are thinking, it's a hard job sometimes.
It is a hard job.
What gives you hope or brings you joy in the midst of that work?
Well, the thing that I like the most about what I do is that I get to help people in the worst days of their life.
Yes.
And I am humbled and honored that people trust me with their loved ones. At the time of loss and the time of death, people are very vulnerable. And, especially during the COVID season that
Right.
we had, there were so many people that weren't able to see their loved one for months and months in the hospitals and nursing homes. And we offered that opportunity to be able to come here and to say that final goodbye. And that's something that I like about the funeral business. There are some very, very sad times
Sure.
when we have tragic deaths and what have you. But a lot of times it's bittersweet stuff. So we really enjoy serving people. And it's a ministry to me.
For sure. Yeah, as a pastor, I've found that some of the most hard but beautiful moments are preparing a family for a funeral and having conversations. And I'm always most sad if I don't know someone before they've passed away. I'm bummed that I didn't get to meet them and get to know them because their family has told such beautiful stories about them. So it is sacred work that we do and that you
Yes,
all
it
do
is.
for the community. And so you said you see it as a ministry. So how does your faith impact this work and this calling?
Well, my faith teaches me to love my neighbors and to do unto others as I would want to be treated. Treat others the way I would want to be treated. Be honest and forthright and take care of your fellow man. And I think that has impacted me in what I do here.
Sure.
We're not about trying to sell people and trying to twist people's arms and take advantage of them. We just want to serve them any way possible that can be done, and do what we say we're going to do. Be honest.
That's great. Are there ways that the Vilonia community could support you all, or what does the Vilonia community need to know about?
Well, the Vilonia Funeral Home, the Vilonia community has been very, very supportive of our funeral home, and we're thankful and grateful for that. I think something that we could probably all work together on is to educate folks about, first of all, the value of ceremony.
Yeah.
You do not have to hire a funeral home to share memories. You do not have to, you do have to hire a funeral home to have a body present, those kind of things.
Right.
But there are, I think it's very important to educate people about the beauty of ceremony and how ceremony creates that healing. It allows that closure and that healing to begin. Another thing is there's over 129 decisions that we have to make. We don't realize it. 129 decisions that have to be made at the time of death.
Wow.
A lot of families don't realize, but a big majority of those decisions can be made before the time of death by pre-planning.
Yeah.
And whether you choose to prepay for your funeral, that of course costs.
Right.
I tell everybody pre-planning costs nothing.
Right.
To sit down and write down your wishes, write down your thoughts, so your family doesn't have to say, is this what mom would want? Is that what dad would want?
Right.
Those things have kind of been thought out for them, and do it as a conversation with your family.
Right.
Your kids and parents may not want to have the talk right now,
Right.
but later on you and them will be glad that they did.
For sure. Yeah, we find talking about death or the thought of that is sometimes really challenging for us, but some peace of mind comes with knowing that the way we're caring for our loved ones after they've passed is that peace of mind gives us a lot of hope and strength
Absolutely.
through that time. So is there anything else you want to share about the way Vilonia Funeral Home supports the community, or other things you'd like to share about that people might not know?
Well, we try to be active in the community. We're both members of the Vilonia Lions Club,
Okay.
my wife and I both. We have another lady that works here. She's a member of the Conway Morning Rotary.
Okay.
We've tried to be active in our local churches. We are members of the Chamber of Commerce. My wife and I have both served on the Chamber of Commerce.
Okay.
So we try to get involved and find ways to help in any way that we can in this community.
That's great. After such a challenging year, what gives you hope as we're headed out of this pandemic time?
Well, it certainly has been very challenging. COVID-19 has affected everybody in some way. And I think that we found during the COVID pandemic, it seemed like a lot of people, as I mentioned a little bit ago, wasn't able to see their loved ones,
Right.
wasn't able to spend time with their family. And I hope that, and I seem to think that people are going to learn the value and appreciate every moment,
Right.
and take that time with our loved ones and spend that time. And so that's my hope for moving forward, that we will take it in a positive light.
Mm-hmm. That's great. Is there anything else you want to share?
I believe that's all.
That's great. Well, thank you so
Yes,
much,
ma'am.
Mike, for meeting with me, for taking the time to do this, and helping me to get to know the community in Vilonia a little bit. And thanks for all the ways you and Faith support and care for this community, especially in some of the hardest times
Yes,
people
ma'am.
experience.
And thank you for what you do.
Thank you.